Mr. Trump, we're talking about the burden that Americans have to pay, yet you have not released your tax returns. And the reason nominees have released their returns for decades is that voters will know if their potential president owes money to, who he owes it to, and any business conflicts. Don't Americans have a right to know if there are any conflicts of interest?
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes, but I would go against them if she releases her email.
So it's negotiable?
It's not negotiable, no. My lawyers, they say, don't do it. We have people that are political hacks negotiating our trade deal.
The IRS says an audit of your taxes, you're perfectly free to release your taxes during an audit. And so the question, does the public's right to know outweigh your personal?
Well, I told you, I will release them as soon as the audit. Look, I've been under audit almost for 15 years.
Well, I think you've just seen another example of bait and switch here. We know the IRS has made clear there is no prohibition on releasing it when you're under audit. So you've got to ask yourself, why won't he release his tax returns? And I think there may be a couple of reasons. First, maybe he's not as rich as he says he is. Second, maybe he's not as charitable as he claims to be. Third, he owes about $650 million to Wall Street and foreign banks. Or maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So if he's paid zero, that means zero for troops, zero for vets, zero for schools or health. I have no reason to believe that he's ever going to release his tax returns, because there's something he's hiding.
And my question for you is, first of all, it sounds like you admitted that you hadn't paid federal taxes and that was smart. Is that what you meant to say?
No, I didn't say that at all.
The only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So if he's paid,
you admitted that you hadn't paid federal taxes and that was smart. Is that what you meant to say?
No, I didn't say that at all.
So
if he's paid,
you admitted that you hadn't paid federal taxes and that was smart. Is that what you meant to say?
No, I didn't say that at all.
You admitted that you hadn't paid federal taxes and that was smart. Is that what you meant to say?
No, I didn't say that at all.
Paid,
believe me, we're in a bubble right now. Did you ask me a question? Somebody who's been very vicious to me, Rosie O'Donnell, I said very tough things to her, and I think everybody would agree that she deserves it, and nobody feels sorry for her.
I want us to invest in you.
I want to make America great again.
I want us to invest in your future.
I want to make America great again.
If you help create the profits, you should be able to share in them, not just the executives at the top.
I want to make America great again.
And people who have looked at both of our plans have concluded that mine would create 10 million jobs and yours would lose us 3.5 million jobs and explode.
You are going to approve one of the biggest tax cuts in history. You are going to approve one of the biggest tax increases in history.
And explode.
You are going to approve one of the biggest tax cuts in history. You are going to approve one of the biggest tax increases in history. Biggest tax cuts, biggest tax increases, biggest tax cuts, biggest tax increases, tax cuts, tax increases, tax cuts, tax increases, tax cuts, tax increases in history.
All right, you have 2 minutes on the same question to defend tax increases on the wealthiest Americans, Secretary Clinton.
I have a feeling that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not?